welcome. This is yoga practice level 1 at the Wellness Center. My name is Betsy, and we'll do this practice today. Hopefully, it will work out just fine. All in the effort of keep moving. We want to keep ourselves moving and showing some resilience and our ability to adapt to this world of change every day. So finding comfort in this practice, bringing inspiration maybe into our hope for the future and our place. We'll be not needing any props today, but of course you can always use your own in different times or improvise as we go along. We'll start off in child's pose, so coming to the mat. Let's bring our toes together and our knees separated, shifting the hips back down towards the heels, maybe planting your forehead or your chin onto the mat, and bring your hands behind, palms up, back of your hands on the mat. Taking this time to bring our concentration inward, becoming sensitive to our feelings, just how we feel today, at this time and this place where we practice. Finding comfort in the breath, expanding, inhaling, relaxing as you exhale. Bringing the mind into focus, concentrating on this place, this time, giving yourself a freedom to let other concerns go. And continuing that breath, relaxing into its rhythm, in its moment. Changing out. Now bring your arms forward, palms on the mat, then come up on your fingertips. Pull against the mat, lengthening the arms, stretching out long. Drop the elbows down, palms together, bend the elbows, thumbs to the back of the neck. Weight on the elbows to stretch the triceps. Again, keeping the breath even here, stretching out. Now straighten the arms out, shift your hips to the one side and walk your hands over to the other for a side stretch. Reaching out. Keeping the hips low, feeling the opening of the side body. Then back to center, shift the hips to the other side, walk the hands out, stretching out. And back to center. Back to center. We're going to sit back and sit on your heels. Sit on your heels here. If this is uncomfortable, a block between your ankles or some kind of other structure like a book might help. A blanket, just give you a little height on your hips, a little easier on your knees. We're in hero's pose. Hero's pose. And let's bring our arms out, turn facing you. Bring them out into a T. Then take one arm across your body, drop that shoulder down, and hook it with the other arm underneath. Now tilt your head away from the dropped shoulder, stretching the neck out. And back up, and arms come out, inhaling up, exhaling down, other side, arm across, hook the arm, drop the shoulder, tilt the head away. Finding that breath, breathing into it, stretching out. And come out of that and bring both arms up over your head. Up over your head, up. And back down, exhaling. Now rise up on your knees, knee padding, extra blanket, fold in the mat, and back down, exhaling, down. And we'll come up again, arms up, reaching up, and exhaling down. Now place your hands behind you, look up at the ceiling, and if you can, raise your hips up, stretching the front of the body. Using your quads, fronts of your legs, and your glutes here, as well as opening the shoulders. And hips come back down to the mat, to the heels. Rise up again, lengthen, and take one arm back around, either to your hip or to your heel. Reach through the other side body. Lean back on that back hand if you can to further that stretch. And inhale, up, inhale, exhale, sitting back down. We'll come up again, inhaling up, the other arm back around towards the heel. Push the hips forward. Lean back if you can. And inhale up, inhale and exhale, sitting back down. Those are half camels. We'll try for full camel. Realizing you can put your hands on your hips or reach for your heels. Either way, you have your hands on your hips, kind of ground yourself with the thumbs and the hips. And up we go, inhaling up, coming forward, hands come to the mat, into tabletop. Start off with a straight spine, pull the shoulders back, rotate the arms out, lengthen the spine, tailbone to the tip of the head. Here we are. We'll go into cat, arching up, exhaling, drop the head, open the area between the shoulder blades, flow into cow, belly down, tailbone up, and back into cat again. And out. And back we go. One more time. Cat. And into cow. And this time into cat, but this time back to child's pose. Back to where we were at the start. Dropping the head, folding down. From here, slide forward, planting your elbows on the mat. Slide forward and then come into a cobra. Tops of your feet, knees, and thighs are on the mat. Your hands about breast height. Elbows are pulled in. We're just holding out here. A little straight back. Your gaze is down. Keep your neck straight. Just gently. Now see if you bring your hands off the mat and then back down. And off. And back down. With your knees on the mat, push up. Got a knee plank here. Back to tabletop, back to cat, back to child. Dropping the hips down, folding. Breathing all the time. Elbows pulled in, slide forward again onto your stomach. Up to a little cobra. Maybe a little more energetic this time. And down. Knees on the mat, push up to knee plank, and back to child's, all the way back. And one more time, forward, onto your stomach, come up through cobra, and down. This time extend your arms out in front, so you're fully on the mat, on your stomach, forehead on the mat. And we'll raise the right arm and the left leg at the same time. Think long body here. And lower down. Left arm, right leg up. Reaching out. And down. Both arms and feet off the mat, all the way, using your back muscles here. Bring the arms out to cactus and your feet out to the side. And then back out. Long, reaching, long. Exhale down to the mat. Take a deep breath in, energizing yourself, letting that out. And we'll bring the left arm and right leg up off the mat. And down. Right arm, left leg off the mat. And down. Arms and legs off the mat, reaching long. Cactus arms, feet out to the side. And out we go. And exhale down. Deep breath here, deep breath. In. Now walk your elbows back under your shoulders. Your hands are on the mat. Forearms are parallel to the mat. And we'll pull against the mat, look up, opening the chest, opening it up, looking up. And then lower your head down a little bit. Either with your knees on the mat or turn your toes under the mat. Raise your hips up into a plank. So you can do it with your knees down, or you can come all the way up into a plank here. Reaching down. Now lower your hips down to the mat. Planting your hands on the mat, straighten those arms and look back up the ceiling. And elbows come back down to the mat, raising the hips again. Up we go, reaching out. And back down, push through the hands, straighten the arms, look up. And back, elbows down to the mat, toes turned under, hips come up. Here we go. And back down. Lowering yourself down, hands up, breast height. Push up through a knee plank. Back to tabletop this time. This time we're going to do puppy. So your knees stay under your hips, walk your hands out, really reach long. Drop the chest if you're able to, so your shoulders are getting opened up here. Opening up. And walk the hands back into tabletop. We take the right foot back, toes turned under, and gripping on the mat, feel the stretch in the back of the leg as you push against the mat, pushing through that heel. Think about a straight leg here. Push all the way down. Stretching. And come forward, raise that leg, and then bend the knee. Your foot's up towards the ceiling. Here we are. Now bring that right knee towards the right arm. Reaching around. And back out. Twist. Bring the knee underneath, crunching underneath. And repeating that. Bend the knee, foot up to the ceiling. Draw that knee towards the arm. And back out. Squaring the hips. Draw the knee underneath. And back out. We'll do it one more time. Bending that knee, foot up to the ceiling, knee towards the arm. And back out, squaring the hips, straightening the leg. Knee comes underneath. And back out. Drop the knee down to the mat. Come into cat and then back to child. Giving your back a break here. Again, breathe into this. Feeling your back expand as you relax down. Coming forward, back into tabletop. The left leg comes back this time, toes turned under. Stretching out the back of this leg. Pushing against the mat. Coming forward, raise that leg up off the mat. Make sure your core is engaged here. here to keep your back straight. Pull the shoulders back, then bend that knee, foot up to the ceiling. Draw the left knee to the left arm. And then back out, square the hips, straighten the leg. The knee comes underneath, crunching underneath. And back out. Bend the knee. Draw the knee to the arm. And back. Out. Crunch underneath. Knee. And back one more time. Bend the knee, foot to the ceiling. Draw the knee to the arm. And back. Square the hips. Draw that knee underneath. Back and drop that knee to the mat. Come into cat and then back to child's. All the way back down. Back to child. Now shift your hips to the one side and walk your hands to the other, maybe stacking your hands one on top of the other. For again, another side stretch here. And back, center with the hands, hips over to the other side. Walk your hands out, maybe stack them. Stretching underneath. Walk back to center. Come back up into tabletop. Shift your weight forward, stretching your wrists, dropping your hips if you can. And back. Walk your hands and rotate them out a little bit. Side to side stretch here a little bit. And then rotate your fingers all the way if that's comfortable. If it's not, don't do it. Don't do it. And stretching the wrists in a different direction. And back to what's most comfortable for you. Placing your hands down. Take the right leg back, toes turned under. But this time, turn the left toes under too and raise the hips up, drawing your chest back towards your thigh into half down dog. Remembering the breath is even here. And shift forward, dropping the left knee down to the mat. We'll do modified side plank. So rotate the right heel down and the right arm comes up to the ceiling. And then bring that arm forward, feel a long length in the side body here. If you like, you can raise that leg up, balancing up and down maybe, if that feels good to you. Just do what find is good for you. And we'll come back into tabletop, drawing that knee in. Other leg back, toes turned under. Other toes under, hips come up, half down dog on this side. And shifting forward, dropping the knee, rotate the left heel down, weight on the right hand, left arm up, reaching up. And then forward, stretching out. If you like, raising the leg up and down. And up. And back into tabletop, drawing the knee in, turn the toes under, sit back on your heels, walk your hands back, and we'll come into a squat. So your heels are off the mat, your hands are on here, and we'll raise one hand up, maybe both hands up if you can balance, into this, into this. Arms come up. Arms come out, then palms back to the mat, and we'll raise our hips up just a little bit, and back down, and up, and down, and finally all the way up into forward fold. Keep a bend in your knees, bring your hands to your shins, drop your head down, let your head dangle twist from side to side a little bit, adjusting your feet so that you're stable here. And this, reaching from side to side. Come to center, bend your knees a little bit more, dropping the hips, then bring the arms out, over, reaching up. Lengthen, feel the ground beneath your feet. You're connected to the ground as you reach up tall. And we'll dive forward, bending from the hips, straight over, down. Bend the knees enough to touch the mat, drop the head. Then bring your hands to the shins and make like a table, flat back. Reaching there. And back down, touching the mat. Bend the knees, rise up. All the way up. And again, forward fold, over. Under control, you're over controlling your motion here. You're not just succumbing to gravity, pushing down and back down. Bend the knees, rise up and back one more time. Forward fold, over, touching the mat, dropping the head, hands to the shins, flat back and back down. This time, bend your knees a little bit more and walk your hands out and walk your feet back. We'll come into down dog. I'll try to get centered here. All right, inverted V. So you're gripping the mat with your hands. Your heels probably don't touch the ground. Stretching the back of the legs. Let's bend one knee and sink into the opposite hip. And then side to side, other knee. Just stretching out this. Stretching out. Side to side. Reaching out. And right. And left. Now walk your feet to your hands. Coming back into a forward fold. Hands come off the mat as you need. Bend the knees. Rise up. Arms come up overhead. Hands together. Hands to heart. And we'll come into Tadasana, mountain pose. So here your shoulders are down and back. Your belly's pulled in. Your tailbone's tipped under. Your palms are directed forward. Importantly, you're feeling the mat beneath you. You feel the connection with this ground. Here we are. Now we'll bring the arms up, inhaling up, and we'll do a side stretch. So drop one arm, other arm comes over. Lengthen, try not to drop this hand down, but lengthen through that side. And arms come up and over to the other side. First lengthen and then tip over. And back, we'll bring both arms up, we'll twist. So I'm bringing my right arm forward, left arm back, just looking behind you. Drop the back hand down, the other arm is up to the ceiling, your hips kind of go forward here. Stretching out. And arms come up, twisting the other way. Arm, back arm down, reaching up, hips a little forward, and back, down. Now, one side, drop the arm down, side stretch, but bend your knees. Allow that top shoulder to drop as you sweep that arm down, around. Keep your knees to the midline and up. Inhaling. We'll do the other side. Keep repeating this a few more times. First side stretch. Bend the knees. Keep the knees in. Drop the shoulder. And around. And up. Repeating that arm down. Bend the knees. Side stretch. Drop the shoulder. Around. And up. And over. Bend. Drop. Down and around. Up. Bring the hands together and bring to heart, Anjali Mudra. Your thumbs are on your sternum. And finding a focal point, raise your heels up off the mat, balancing on the balls of your feet, reaching up. And then drop the heels down. come into chair. So the arms are going to come up, separating. Your knees are going to be bent. Your hips are going to come back. You're reaching out, and come forward, up and forward, up. And hands to heart, raise up on the toes again. And then heels down, arms come up, come into chair again. But this time reach forward, reaching forward. Swing the arms behind and just come. And then back out and up. And exhale down. Adding to that, we're going to bring the arms up. Come into chair. Bring the palms together. Twist right elbow over left knee. Palms are together, pushing the palms against each other. And rise back up to center. Separate the hands, come into chair. Reach forward, out, dropping the chest to the thighs. Arms come back behind. And back around. Come up. And hands together, come into chair. Twisting left elbow over right knee. And back. Rise up. Separate the hands, come into chair. Reach forward. Hands come back behind. Reaching up. And back. And up. Let's do that one more round here. We'll come into chair. Twist right elbow over left knee. Push the hands together. Keep the feet strong. Knees pulled in. Rise up. Inhaling, coming in into chair. Reach forward. Swing those arms back. And back out. And up. Hands together, hands to heart. Chair, twist. Left elbow over right knee. Keep the knees in. And back. Up. Separate the hands. Into chair. Reach forward. Back behind. And back. And up. Hands to heart. Take a deep breath. Inhaling. Again, raise up on the balls of your feet. Reaching up. And then heels down. Bring the arms overhead. We'll do Kali Mudras. The last 3 fingers are intertwined, 4 fingers together, thumbs crossed. Reach up. Stable, makes the core stable. Pull in. Weight on the left foot. Bring the right knee behind you. Flexing the right foot, drawing that heel to the hip. Releasing your hands, bring them out to the side, bring that knee forward. Find that focal point. Bring the hands down to the leg and straighten that leg out in front. Bend that knee, bring it out to the side, counterbalancing with the other arm. And straighten it out. Releasing that leg, allow it to come down to the mat. Bring the arms up and hands to heart. Or no, come into cactus arms. And we'll bring that same leg out to the side, out, and down, and out, and down. And out, and down, hands together, hands to heart. Kali Mudra on the other side, arms up, other leg is bent, heel to the hip, pulling up tall, releasing the hands out, focal point, bring the knee forward, hands under the leg, tree. No, we're gonna do this. Arms up, cactus arms, leg out to the side. Down, almost forgot it. And out. And down. And out. And down. Now we're going to tree. So weight on one leg, the other foot comes to the leg. It can be on the calf down here. Some of you can do it all the way up in the inner thigh. Find your version. Pulling the knee back, pulling it back, opening the hips, opening up. Arms come up, out, and back. Dropping that foot down, widen your stance just a little bit. Bring the arms out. We'll do eagle. Left arm underneath the right arm, round, palms together, back with the hands together. Raise the elbows up, opening the back, opening up the back. And then drop the elbows to the chest and drop your chin to the chest, feeling the opening in the back of the neck. And elbows come back up about chin height. So we're going to put the weight onto the right foot, bend the knee, bring the left leg around, wrapping it around. Trying to keep a balance. I'm not doing too well. And find a focal point. Toe can be on the ground. That's fine. You can wrap your foot around your leg if you've got that kind of hip mobility. Trying to find stability in eagle pose. And unwind. Arms come up. Let's take a breather by reaching up and forward. Fold over. Down. Touching the shins, and back down, rise up, and hands to heart. Tree on the other side, so foot comes to the leg, anywhere you want, except on the knee. Try not to push your knee. Reaching up, pull the knee back, arms come up, and out, and back. And foot comes down to the mat, eagle on the other side. So right arm underneath the left, wrap around, palms together, reach up, opening the back. Elbows to the chest, drop the chin to the chest, over. And back up. Weight on the left foot and the right foot comes around. Reaching around. And inhale, unwind, arms come up. What we're going to do is a forward fold now, driving forward. Bend the knees, bring your hands to the mat. And we'll take the right foot and bring it back. We'll be in high lunge. So adjust your feet so your foot's in between your hands. And if you can't reach the mat without curving your back over, maybe bring a block or something underneath your hands to bring the floor up so you can get a really nice length in the high lunge. Place one hand down and the other arm up for a twist. And twist on the other side, the other arm down. Up we go. Back down. Drop the right knee back down, the back knee down. Imagine pushing through the left foot down, bring the arms up, press the arms, reach up long, and twist with the right arm forward and the left arm back. Drop the left arm to your leg, reach up through the right side. And come back, arms come up. Bring the left hand to the thigh, reach through the right arm, and we'll do that twist again. Elbow to knee, palms together. Push against the palms. Lengthen the spine. Rise up. Reaching forward, hands to the mat. Half monkey or runner's stretch. Bringing the hands back to support you as your hips come back. Imagining you're pulling the left hip back, flex the left foot. If you like, take your right hand and reach for the outside of the left foot to add a twist to it. Twisting down. And back. Bending the front knee, coming back. Now this is kind of hard. Bring the hands a little bit in front of the left foot. Turn the right toes under and straighten that back leg. We're going to shift into forward fold split. So some of you will be able to do it in one swoop, but most of us walk our foot in, shifting our weight, coming into forward fold split here. Reaching over. Keep your right foot flexed, toes pointed to the ground. Then drop the right foot back. You're into forward fold, raising your hands as needed. Rise up, inhaling up. Hands together, hands to heart. Deep breath. Inhale, audible exhale. Again, deep breath in, audible exhale. Other side, arms come up, forward fold over, bend the knees enough to touch the mat. Step the left foot back. We're coming into high lunge. So check that your foot's between your hands, your knee is right over your ankle. And put the weight on the left hand and bring the right hand up for a twist. And back. And right hand down and left hand up. And back down. Bring that left knee down to the mat. Low lunge. Arms come up. Find that stability, and we'll bring the left arm forward, the right arm back. Drop the back arm and other arm up. If you can, look up with your hand, keeping your balance. And back. Arms come up. We do hands together, twist elbow to knee, push against the hands. And back up we go. Arms up, bring the hands down to the mat, shift the hips back, over, pulling the right hip back, flexing the right foot, reaching, pulling it, leading with your chest towards your thigh. Then shifting your weight forward, walking your hands a little bit in front of your right foot, left toes under, and straighten the left knee. Shift into forward fold split according to how you feel. Weights on the right foot, the left leg's back. Reaching out. And drop the left foot down to the mat. Forward fold, bend the knees, rise up, inhaling up, exhaling. Deep breath in, audible exhale. In. Arms up, folding forward, bend the knees, hands on the mat, step back to down dog. Down dog. And let's bring our left leg up into down dog split. So here your hips are even height, your left foot is flexed, and your toes are pointed down to the ground, reaching down. Now raise that left hip, and bend the left knee, opening up this down dog split. Raising that hip, stretching it out. And then square the hips, straighten that leg up. We'll bring the left foot forward. Use your abdominal muscles to contract and make room for your foot, stepping it or placing it between your hands. Here we are now. We'll come into high lunge. So push through the left foot, hands to the thigh, and then up to crescent arms, up to crescent arms, reaching up. Then bring the hands back down to the thigh and rotate the right heel down to the mat. We're in warrior feet now. So the back toes are turned in. 45 degrees. Your front knee's over your ankle. You're pulling the left hip back a little bit as you orient your upper body towards the window. Let's bring the arms up. Warrior one. Bring the arms behind your back, clasp the hands, and lean over that front leg. And rise up. Separate the arms, up we go, and rotate into warrior two. Here you're facing the side. Your knees still over your front ankle. Hips are right over the, shoulders are right over the hips, arms out. Reverse it, so coming up and reaching up and behind you. Again, don't let the arm dangle, reach through the side body. Coming forward, elbow to the knee or thigh. And do extended side arm angle. So you're reaching again through the other arm over here. And let's do that again. Reverse warrior, proud warrior, reaching back. Coming forward, elbow down, reaching over. And back to warrior two, shifting those shoulders back. Straighten the front leg. Now we're going to bring the shoulders forward into triangle and drop the arm down, other arm up. And reverse the triangle, bringing the back hand to the back leg, arm up to the ceiling. And back. Now turn that foot in. The front foot turns in. We're into wide angle. Your feet are parallel, facing forward. Bring the hands to the thighs. And support yourself as you lean over, folding at the hips. And some of you may be able to touch the mat. Some may need a block, but you just fold over, letting your head dangle, stretching out the back. Now with your hands on the mat or on a block, straighten those arms up and look forward. And then bend those arms and reach down. And up we go. And down. And one more time. Up we go. Pull the shoulders back. Now walk your hands over to one leg. Draw your chest towards that leg. And back to center, and then over to the other side. And back we go. And rise up to standing. Turn the foot to the front and step the back foot. We're into Tadasana, back to Tadasana. Other side, arms come up. Forward fold over, hands to the mat. Step back to down dog. Bring the right leg up into down dog split. You're starting off with your foot flexed, toes to the ground, hips are even height. Now raise the right hip, bend the right knee, flexing, opening the side body. From here, square the hips, make them equal height, straighten that leg out. Step into high lunge, bringing the right foot forward, placing it between your hands. Okay, feel you're pushing through the left heel here. Now bring the hands up to your thigh and crescent arm. Up we go, reaching up. Bring the hands back to the thigh and drop that back heel down, turning the toes out. Bring the arms back up. We're into warrior one. Arms come out, and then holding on behind. Lean over that front leg. Leaning over, dropping the shoulder down. And push through that foot, bringing the arms up. Up we go. Rotate the upper body into warrior two. Check your form. Palm up, reach up and back. Reaching long. Come back into extended side angle, elbow to the thigh, other arm over. back, reverse warrior back, and into extended side angle, and back to warrior two. Front leg straightens, reach out, down, triangle. Up we go. And back, and reverse the triangle. And back, turning the front foot in, we're into wide angle. But this time bring the heels in so your toes are pointed out. Adjusting your feet, bring the arms up, into star, make yourself big. Then come into goddess, bending the knees, palms up to the ceiling. Pull the knees back over the ankles. And we'll rise up, making yourself big again. And back down. Drop one elbow down, the other arm over. And back. Come up, inhaling. Back down, other arm down, other arm over. And back, up, down. Turn your foot forward and step forward into Tadasana. All right, now we're going to go arms up, forward fold, over, bend the knees really, really deeply, down, 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 down. We're coming into seated position. So starting with your feet on the mat, your knees are bent. Check that your knees are not splayed out, but they're trying to draw them in, holding on back straight here. Straightening out. Now we're going to bring one leg up so it's parallel to the mat, and the other leg up. Okay? Holding on here, hands behind here. Maybe you can do it all the way out here in the boat pose. I'm going to hold on. What I'm going to do is straighten one leg up and point it. Take that pointed foot and bend the knee, tap the bottom of the floor, and back up. Okay? Other leg, straighten, point, foot comes down, tap the ground, and back up. One more, other side. So, repeating that, one leg, point, bend the knee, tap the ground, and up. Other leg straight, point, tap, and down. Flex, both feet come down to the mat. Bring both hands behind the mat. Pull the long spine here. And bring the knees over to one side. Dropping them to one side. Sit up and twist over away from the bent knees around. And releasing that, twist all the way around to the back of the mat in the opposite direction. Maybe dropping to your elbows if you have that flexibility. Down, stretching out. And back on your hands, walk around, back to the front. Up we go. Knees over to the other side. Twist away from the bent knees. And back, and then twist all the way around. Maybe dropping to your elbows. And we go. And walk the hands back, coming back around to front. Let's bring our feet out into Dandasana. So here, feet are flexed. Really straight back, tall back. We'll do seated forward fold. You can always, let's start with a straight back. So don't bend your back at first, but lead with your chest only a few inches, only a few inches. But test the limits here, and then allow your back to bend, dropping your head into seated forward fold. And as you inhale, sit up tall. We'll bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Drop that knee down into Janusarasana. Again, pulling up tall, leading with your chest at first. Lean over that extended leg. feeling the opening of the knee, and then allow your back to curve over. Add a twist if you like by bringing the right hand to the outside of the left leg and the other arm behind. And sit up tall. Raise that right knee and place your foot about knee high, and we'll bring the hands behind. Reverse half plank. Push against the mat. Ground the left heel down. Look up at the ceiling. Reaching your up. And relaxing that. Hips come back down to the mat. Take the right foot and cross it over the thigh. Pushing the foot onto the mat. Bring the left arm in front and the right arm comes around behind. Think about a long spine as you breathe into this twist. And come out of that, straightening the right leg out. Here we are. We'll bring the left foot to the inside into Janusarasana. Leaning over, reaching, twisting, arm back. And inhale, coming up, bring that knee up, plant the foot, hands behind, ground through the right heel, push through the left foot, up, drop the hips down to the mat, bring the foot across the thigh, plant the foot, bring the arm in front, and twist around. Coming out of that, bringing the feet to the floor. Here we go. We're going to curve up back and roll onto your back. Rolling on. Bring the right knee into the chest. Drop the left leg down to the mat. Take the right knee and cross your body into a twist here, and opening the hip up. And maybe straightening the right leg out as it crosses your body. And bend the knee, foot comes back up. Straighten the right leg out, bring the left knee into the chest, pulling in. And then bringing the knee across the body, pulling it over, twisting over. And maybe straightening that leg out. And back in. Bring both knees to your chest. Curl up into a tight ball. Bring the feet up to the ceiling now. And back into a tight ball. And then back up to the ceiling. And with control, bring your right leg down to the mat slowly, slowly, slowly. And your left leg down to the mat slowly, slowly, slowly. And now it's time for Shavasana. So maybe just staying here in this position with your feet open and your hands up. Or maybe with bent knees, constructive rest pose. Or any variation where you feel comfortable. We'll spend a little time here just absorbing the practice. Taking a deep breath in, sensitive to how you feel right now. And gently bending your knees, roll to your right side. Find that breath here. Appreciate the energy it gives you. And with care, come up to a seated position, cross-legged, being strong. And let's bring our hands to our heart, Anjali Mudra, thumbs to heart. And I'll close with this blessing. May all love surround you, and may the pure light within you guide you on your way. Namaste. Thank you again for joining me in this practice.